Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to get into my October wrap up, and I also want to get through my 10 before the end. So this past month I read 6 books and I DNF'd 1 book. The book I DNF'd was I Who Have Never Known Men. This book just disappointed me. I don't know. I had really high expectations for it, and I thought it was going to be everything I wanted, literary fiction and, commentary on girlhood and men. But I got through about 50 pages of the book, and I was just like lost. I feel like I wasn't sure where it was going, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to get through it either way. So I kind of soft DNF'd it and left it aside for now. Maybe I'll come back to it, maybe I won't, but who knows. I read Babel by R.F. Kuang, and if you saw my video from before, you know that I adored this book. I loved it. I rated it 5 stars. If I could rate it a million, I would. I really would. It was just such a great book in general. Um, I I think about these characters every day. I think about Robin every day. Seriously. I mean, I am haunted by the ending. It was just insane. I'm mind blown. Um, I find ways to insert this book everywhere in every conversation I have. In school, we could be talking about something, and I'm like, actually, in Babel, I feel a little pretentious, but it was just honestly that good. Like 5 stars. I would say that this is my top book of the year, 1000%. I also read Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, and I also rated this one 5 stars. I read this one from Libby on Kindle, and I'm putting my annotations in right now, but I adored it. It was whimsical and it was cute, and it was just witty and funny, and the found family was just there, and the romance, and I could not have asked for anything better. In this book we follow Dora, our main character, and Elias, our male main character. And Dora was cursed with half a soul, and she goes to London with her cousin. Her cousin is you know, going through the London season, and meets Elias, her male main character. And she is not like all the other girls, and she is just like witty, and she gives it back to him. He's kind of rude, and she's like, please. But that's obviously because she has only half a soul. She doesn't know the norms, and they end up falling in love, obviously. But along the way, there's things that they have to do together, and they are working to try to get her half her soul back. But there's like no spice in this. There's barely even a kiss, but like I was kicking my feet, giggling, like it was just such a good book. I'm actually kind of scared to read the other 2 in the series because I'm like, what if they don't live up to this one? I also read Yours from the Tower by Sally Nichols, and in this book we follow Polly and Sophia and Tirsa, who are friends, who are now out of boarding school, and they're kind of going through their first year of adulthood, and they live in different cities, and the book is written in letters, and we follow them along. They find their significant others while they navigate their own personal lives, their careers, and it was just honestly such a heartwarming book. The letters were funny, and I felt like I was like, damn, I want to write to these girls too. I want to have a pen pal, That's kind of the feeling I got. I rated this book 4.5 stars, 4.25 maybe. But it was such a good book. I totally recommend it, and it was very short. I think 250 pages, give or take. But yeah, it was a really good book. I totally recommend it. I also read The Memory Box by Joanna Rowland. I bought this book from my baby, or my husband reads to him every once in a while, and I read this one myself because we actually had to put our fur baby down this week, Blue, and I was having a really, really hard time this week, just kind of getting back into my routine. It was really rough, and This book helped me. I rated it 5 stars. We follow this girl who loses somebody, and she mentions how she makes this memory box, and in this memory box she's going to add stuff that reminds her, like that reminds her of them. And she talks about how she wants to visit the places that they wanted to go to together. She wants to do all the things that they wanted to do together, and how at the end, she'll never forget them. And I think that it really did help me a lot. Kind of just like, okay, he's not here, but he's always going to be here with me. So I rated it 5 stars. It was honestly such a good book. So don't sleep on children's books. So read Garlic and the Vampire and Garlic and the Witch. These are graphic novels, and we follow Garlic, who is a vegetable, and everybody is a vegetable in these graphic novels. But in Garlic and the Vampire, there is this vampire who lives in a castle near their little town, and everybody kind of nominates Garlic because vampire are afraid of garlics, or they don't like garlic, I think. I'm not sure. But everybody nominates Garlic to go and like kill the vampire. But Garlic actually just ends up making friends with him. Um, I mean, Garlic is a very anxious person, a thinker, very stressed, and I love seeing her come out of her shell and make friends with this vampire, who then she introduces to everybody else, and she's like, he's harmless, and he even like helps them tend to their garden because he's a retired vampire. It was actually so cute. And then in Garlic and the Witch, Garlic is going through changes because she is turning into a human. And so Garlic and the Witch is about change and about embracing change, and the fear of the unknown. And I actually thought it was such a cute book. I rated both of these 4.5 stars, or 4.5 stars Garlic and the Vampire, 4 stars Garlic and the Witch. But I totally recommend them. They were so cozy. They were just heartwarming, and just they felt like a hug. I love them. These were the books that I read this month. I think I had such a good read a month, actually. So for my 10 before the end, which is very ambitious of me because I'm due the first week of December. My baby's coming out any day now. But I'm hoping to at least get through 5 of these before my baby gets here. So fingers crossed. First one is If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. I have heard nothing but like seriously great things about this book. It's a 90s rom-com. It's based on Gilmore Girls. He's a single dad. There's a dog. There's romance. There's spice. I don't know. I haven't had a good track with romance this year, but I am really, really hoping that this like blows it out of the park for me. So I'm really hoping to get through this one before my baby gets here. So we'll see. Next one is Au Contraire by Alona Williams. And then in this one we follow Eleni and Arlo, who are in an arranged marriage, and he's a grump, she's a sunshine, and I follow them through courting, Arlo courting Eleni, and against his better judgment, he ends up falling in love with her, and all these things happen along the way. And it's a fairly short book. I think it's like 250 pages or less, maybe. And it's such Barbie vibes, so I want to get to this one too before my baby is here. The next one is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie O. I'm actually like 15% into this one because I'm doing audiobook kind of read along, and I really like it so far. I love the story. It's very vivid. It plays in your head like a movie. Hoping that this is a good book because I'd be really disappointed if it wasn't. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I started this one before Babel, but then I started Babel and it kind of consumed my life. So I kind of put it on pause, but I want to finish it. I have read 40 pages. So I'm hoping to get through this one by the end of the year. I don't have to say much. Everybody knows The Secret History. It's the dark academia book. So yeah. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. I just want to get into this one. There's 3 books and everybody raves about all 3 books. And I'm like, there's no way the entire series is that good. So I want to see it for myself. I mean, there's fairies. It's set in winter. I just want to curl up in my bed or on my couch with a hot cocoa and just get into it. Anna Karenina. This book. One of my goals for the year was to read a classic and read a long book. And two birds with one stone, but I am actually terrified because I just borrowed the book from Hoopla, the audiobook, and it is like 37 hours. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. But oh my god, and the is tiny. The font is tiny. I hadn't even seen that. I think I might actually, this might actually kill me. But we'll see. Hopefully by the end of the year. Good Spirits by BK Borison. Look at the cover. The cover just does something to me. I mean, it just looks like the perfect Christmas book. So the sleepless night when I have the baby here, I'm gonna be reading this for sure. To Sway a Soul by Irene Cho, not sure. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but To Sway a Soul, I'm about 45% of the way in, and we are following Jilan and Chao King, and Chao King does not have a soul. It was stolen, and he is an art thief, and Chilang is an artist or an artist apprentice, and they kind of have this bargain, and he has to help her get the painting he stole back, and along the way all these things happen, and obviously they fall in love, and it's kind of like on the older YA adult side of it, and I'm really liking it so far. And like all of her books, she has illustrations in here. So Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I have never read a sci-fi before in my life, so I want to get into this one before the movie comes out. That's it. Yes, but certainly not least, Catabasis. Catabasis. Oh, Catabasis. My RF Kwang. I mean, after Babel, I just want to get through her entire backlog. And this is very ambitious of me because, like, look at this. But also, I just can't wait to get into it. There's like only one bed, and I'm like, yes. And this is another daunting book, but it's not me if I don't try to be an overachiever. So yeah, I am hoping to get through these books, hopefully. But if not, I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. So yeah. So this is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.